We are both too far away to keep carving. This is the first of the poems you will never hear, and I fear, like me, they will remain.
I can't write funny poems. I can't. I'm not.
And that's really upsets me for some reason, because some of my favorite poets write about random things, like they take this thing that they see and they write about it. I can only write about things that have affected me some way, I guess, or some things I've experienced.
Depends what you mean. There's some things that I really struggle to write about. I struggle to write about political things because I feel like they deserve the attention to do it right. So it takes me a long time to write about everything such as depression and suicide.
This isn't a good world. And I turned to him and I was like, what do you say to something like that? Rusty ass end of nowhere. I know.
Just so you know the offer's there, sorry.
Because we're family. But I want to tell you something.
It's just a weird day for that poem.
It's real.
You just be like, I hear your dreams.
When the moment has passed, and this is your life, burning at the end of a cigarette, and all you've got is those thoughts thinking about all those things that ain't never gonna be, it's enough to just make you wanna scream. Or ride 120 miles per hour into nothing. On the bastard end of a sunset, the wheels, the flaming seraphim of the second coming, you, manifest destiny, forged in the heart of America like J.P. Rockefeller, John Henry Adams, and Kanye West, who will survive America? The answer is you. Dust devil man burning through the plywood of this small town, it's all breaking under the weight of you. You went back east, back to the sea, onto the Mayflower, and straight back to history.
So Evelyn is a poem that I wrote in 2014, just after our Edinburgh Fringe run. We performed it all through the 2015 Fringe run, and it's a poem about my mum who passed away during our 2014 Fringe run, which was the hardest thing that I've ever had to deal with. I mean, like losing someone you love is just, it's horrific, and I've never had anyone that close to me pass away, and it being in the midst of what was supposed to be this incredible thing of doing our Fringe run. And she came to the first time she ever saw me do poetry was in that Fringe run. She came to see our show, and 2 days later she passed away, or she had a stroke and went into hospital, and a few days after that she passed away. So it was just a really horrible kind of experience, and it's the first time I've written a poem to deal with something rather than just to be a piece of art or just to be entertaining or just to be sort of thought-provoking. It was actually something I felt I needed to do to kind of get it out of my head. But it was really hard, and it's a poem I still find really difficult. And it's interesting because it's a poem that I did every day of the 2015 Fringe run, and I did it on the anniversary of her death, and I did it on the anniversary of her funeral, and those days it just makes it so much harder. And this run here is the first day of our show was my birthday, and so knowing that 28 years ago that day she would have been in a hospital with a little me. Yeah, just sometimes it's harder to do that poem than others, and it's the thing with poems like that is, people kind of herald that poem a bit, and it won me an award for our 2015 Fringe run. I won Best Poem of the Fringe, and that's great. But it's that thing of you have to kind of constantly relive this horrible thing that happened, and there's a thin line, I guess, between tribute and exploitation. It's difficult because that poem means a lot to me, and I love performing it, especially with the band, because Fiona, especially with the voice stuff she does, it just makes it this beautiful piece, and it really affects people. But it's hard. I'll be glad when this Fringe run is done and I don't have to do it so much. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I miss my mum.
26 years old, and I finally felt the weight of you. And while you were always small, I knew my strength alone wouldn't be enough to carry you. So I stood 3 by 2 and led with my left. Right behind my uncle, I left behind all the crosswords said, and right after I laid you down to rest, I left breath on your brand new pinewood chest. Hardest day of your life, they say. Like it'll go away. Like tomorrow isn't just another hurdle for you to climb. Like time hasn't unfurled itself right in front of your eyes and left a war zone in your way. Walls and barbed wire chains made out of birthday parties and Christmas holidays. No choice but to wade through the mud of past joys you will forget to not remember. See, I don't write anymore. Instead, I stab and tear at the pages I chose to scribble my life upon. And when ink dries, the only words that reach bloodshot eyes are the lyrics to your song. And the intro starts in my chest with the drum beats. Notes claw up my throat and crash into clenched teeth that ends in a scream. See, poets paint with colors of emotion. But how can I create art when you have left me only one, and it is storm cloud grey? Until just like ships that sail stormy seas, I see nothing but uncertainty in front of me. Others paint with colors of flesh and bone. They use blood like thread to stitch love into children's souls. They are sculptors, and they carve with care and precision. The only problem with making art is you can die before you finish. I am unfinished. Not half the man that I could be if you were still here to oversee how I rise to the challenges life throws at me. I am unfinished. Like every poem I write, wholeheartedly started only to be quickly discarded when I realize I have nothing left to say. I am unfinished. We are both too far away to keep carving. This is the first of the poems you will never hear, and I fear, like me, they will remain